Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Apex Legends video. My name is Sweat and I will be your host for this video, and today we are going to be talking about Valkyrie, okay? How do you play her effectively? And also, once we go over basically a Valkyrie guide in the beginning of this video with a lot of tips and tricks on how to use her properly, we will then get into a full game breakdown, because I know you guys love the breakdown videos that I have of fixing your mistakes, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. So if you do enjoy, make sure to drop a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everybody, and before we actually start talking about Valkyrie's abilities, I do want to hop into the settings quickly and tell you guys to change the setting called jetpack control under the gameplay tab to hold. Make sure that is on hold. It's going to be a lot easier to control. You can wall bounce on hold when you can't wall bounce on toggle. What it's basically going to do is when you start going up in the air, you're going to need to hold down your A button, and once you release that A button, you're going to start falling back down. And that's what you want. You don't want it on toggle so that when you hit the A button once, you're going to have to press it again to start falling down. Because if I press the A button once, when it's on toggle, I will just keep going up in the air until I hit it again. So make sure that is on hold first and foremost. But now that we're done talking about that and you have your jetpack control on hold, we can get into the abilities. So first off, we have her jetpacks, okay? And basically, like I said before, once you hold down the A button, you will keep going up in the air. Once you release it, you will fall back down. Although it might be slow, it is still a very useful ability, and that is going to be her passive. Onto the tactical ability, it's going to be her missiles. So that's going to be your LB or L1 button on controller. And then I don't know, whatever button you got it bound to on mouse and key. You just take the shots. The main goal of the missiles is going to be to stun the enemy, although it does do a little bit of damage. And also, the ultimate ability is going to be basically like a balloon. You're going to pop it, okay? LB, RB, L1, R1, or whatever you got it on mouse and key, and then you just basically hit your shoot button and you launch up into the air. It's like a balloon, basically. It's used to reposition and such. So I guess we could break this down into three categories: the passive, the tactical, and the ultimate. So starting off with the passive, which is going to be the jets, like I said. Just hit an A really quickly. Okay, there is a meter on your right that you'll notice, and the maximum number of boosts that you can do, like in a row consecutively, short little bursts, is going to be 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's the maximum number of short little boosts that you can do, so just keep that in mind. You can also boost in any single direction. Okay, let's say I slide up. Let me switch characters real quick. Let me slide up here quickly. I can boost left if I want. Okay, or if I slide over here, I could boost right, or I could boost forward. Okay, basic 4 directions, or I could boost backwards, just like so. So you can go every single direction while you are boosting, but the front and the back are going to work the best. If you noticed, when I go forward, I'm going pretty fast, and also when I go backwards, I go pretty fast, but when I go from side to side, it's a little bit slower. So see, like that, and like so. So what I would recommend doing is basically turning your screen if you are going to go to the side. What that's going to do is it's going to speed the process up a little bit more, help you go a little bit faster. And that's what you want. You don't want to be going slow back and forth. So if you're going to slide and go left, just aim your screen left. Or if you're going to slide and go right, obviously slide and then aim your screen right, and you'll go a little bit faster than you do side to side. All right, so another thing to keep in mind, guys, is let's say you used a lot of your boost, right? Let's say I'm going up in the air, I'm using a decent amount of my boost, and I jump down right here. Now that bar on the right is slowly going to recharge from a certain amount of time, and once it starts going up, even if you do a little tap strafe to the right or tap strafe to the left or whatever direction, it's going to take the same amount of time to recharge. So make sure that if it's possible, you let it recharge all the way. That way you can get the most out of the meter and the jets. Now, another thing that I like to do with the jetpacks is basically use it as a bunny hop alternative. So if I'm going in a straight line or going around corners or whatnot, I'll use it to basically bunny hop like so. And you can do it really quick and consecutively, move in any direction, like I said. And yeah, it kind of looks pretty cool. So there's another thing to keep in mind. Now, another cool little trick is if you wall bounce and pair that with the jets, then you can make for a nice clean getaway, as seen here. Just like so, reposition on your enemy, and then come up behind them, get some shots on them, and catch them off guard. And one last thing with the jets, guys, if you actually boost up with your jets, okay, let's say you're going up in the air, and you hold down your tactical button, you can actually float in the air and basically go in slow motion. You can float forever, okay? This takes about, I'd give it about a minute or two, probably 2 minutes if you perfectly time it right, but you can float for a long period of time. And I actually made a little short video about this in my last video, and I kind of didn't explain myself why I wanted this nerfed or taken out of the game. The reason that I want this taken out of the game is not in arena mode, not in public matches. I don't really care about that. But in ranked, it's going to be quite the problem if people are landing on those timer buildings, you know what I mean, on World's Edge, and then they're jumping off and just basically floating in the air to get a free second place. I know you're going to get shot by charge rifles, and I know you're going to be a sitting duck when you come down, but it's still the fact that people are going to get those, like, almost max RP for not really doing much at all, okay? Even if they don't have a lot of kills, they're still going to get that second place placement points. And that is why I made that video. But anyways, once you do fall, you fall pretty slow, and I can see the opposing side of that argument. So it's in the game, use it up, you know what I mean? All right, guys, so now on to Valkyrie's tactical. Like I said before, it's mainly used for stunning an enemy, and then once you have the enemy stunned, you can hop into the situation and clean up the kill. And although it does not do a lot of damage, it's great for making enemies give up positions, like get off of head glitches and such. Whether you're on World's Edge or Olympus or arena mode, it's great for repositioning. It's just a great distraction, basically. So that is what her tactical is mostly used for. And you'll notice that you can't shoot them straight up in the air. So let's say I try to shoot my missiles straight up in the air. They actually go in front of me anyways, okay? But a side note quickly, you can damage yourself with these. So let's switch characters quick and get back to Valkyrie. And we're going to shoot them in front of us, but then run into them. You see, you can actually damage yourself and stun your own self with them. So make sure to not do that in any scenario. I know that wasn't the best example, but if you shoot them farther away, and let's say you have time to rotate up and you accidentally run into them, they can definitely get you killed. And I might have had it happen to me once or twice while I was playing Valk for the first time. But we're not going to talk about that. So next up, we're going to move on to Valk's ultimate ability, which is basically a portable balloon for you and your teammates. All you got to do is hit your ultimate ability button and then press your trigger down to lift yourselves up into the sky. And once you lift yourselves up into the sky, like I said, you can bring your teammates along for the ride too. You can use it to relocate. You can see enemies highlighted in the sky. It can be used, especially used for high kill games and rotating out of positions. Like, you should never get stuck in the zone with Valk's ultimate ability. If you have it, you need to use it to rotate, and it can get high ground. It can do so many things, guys. Now, one more quick thing, guys. You have to have vertical clearance before taking off for flight, which means that there cannot be anything above your head while you're about to take off for quite a while. It has to be very, very high in the sky if anything actually is over your head. So what you want to do is just basically step into the open where there's nothing blocking your head, and then you can actually use the ultimate ability just like so. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little guide in the beginning of this video. We're gonna hop into gameplay review. All right, everybody, so now we're gonna hop into the gameplay review portion of this video, where I basically break down my decisions, thoughts, mistakes, whatever might happen during the game, and relay it to you guys so you can understand it easier as a casual player. And this is a pretty good game, honestly. 17 kills, 3,100 damage, I believe. So there's a lot to learn. And if you're brand new, never watched a gameplay review before, we are going to skip the boring parts of the gameplay and just skip right to the action, because we don't want to be here for 40 plus minutes. So anyways, let's get into it. As you guys can see right off the rip, the players are actually highlighted when playing Valk in a green triangle type of thing, so that you can see exactly where they're landing and track them through the sky, which is extremely clutch. All right, I do have to warn you guys, these massive shots are completely ugly, and I have no excuses. I need to be hitting these shots. Reloading our weapon. Honestly, gonna head up this zip line to help out Alyssa, our teammate, and with the bait and switch, massive shot on the Octane. You guys notice right after, I'm instantly trying to take high ground with Valk's jets. And we jump back on the last guy and get the assist points. But we are going to fast forward a little bit. So I end up heading over to Alyssa's black market, and I end up taking the Havoc, which I actually don't really take often. So this is going to be a little bit of a different gameplay for you guys. You don't see me use the Havoc often, but we're just using the Loba ult right now. And then we're going to head over to these two teams that are actually over here. My shots were not on point in the beginning of this game, but trust me, they get there, guys. So right there, a quick little tidbit. We use the tactical ability to basically flush them out of the building. You saw there was one person in that building and they were peeking us. The reason we use that tactical is basically to just have them reposition. And that's what the missiles are really good for when using Valk. So we can see there are actually two teams here. So I want to go over and basically pinch this other team between both of us. Some decent shots off on the fuse. Right there, used Valk's abilities perfectly. The jets to get right over the Wraith's head. And that'll happen a lot of the times. They won't actually be expecting you to jump over their head. And it leads to a perfect little... I shot him with the Havoc and then the Massive right after right there. And it was just a... It was picture perfect. I'm not going to lie. Now we're going to head over and try to clean up this last team. Instantly go for the shield swap. And my teammates are going to clean up this kill, I believe. And there you go. All right, so right here, I'm a little bit ahead of my teammates. And I can see that Alyssa's a little bit behind me. And Happens is quite far back. But I see a guy right in front of me. And he starts running. I believe it's a solo in this scenario. He starts taking off for the hills. If my shot was a little bit more accurate there, we could have actually knocked him. But it was not, so he's going to take off for the hills. I hit him once, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so one bullet. I hit him again. Hit him again, and I know one more bullet will do it. And we barely come away with that kill. I'm definitely not the best Havoc player in the world. I definitely need to learn how to control this weapon better. And it is really nasty if you can control it, though. I will say that. All right, so the Bloodhound pings over here. Thinks they see something, and they actually do. There is people over here. Got this lifeline running out. Pretty good shots on her, actually, but we're gonna miss the kill because we couldn't finish it off again. This was just a terrible game for finishing off kills in the beginning. We'll get him at the end, though, trust me. Like I said, we end up with 17 kills. This could have been easily a 20 plus. Easily. You guys will notice that I'm using these jets to basically just get over structures very quickly, whereas other characters, you couldn't do it as quick. Chasing after this guy. I actually tell Alyssa I might need some help on this guy, just pinching him because he's running away so much. But then he makes a bad decision, runs out and tries to get away. And that's where Valk is not going to be so good, guys. When you're trying to run away from people like that person did from me, once you get stuck in the air with Valk, that's where she's not so great. Like, your thrusters are up and your jetpack is depleted. You're going to fall very slowly. So that's like a counter to Valk. That's why she's not super overpowered, I would say. All right, and you guys can see right here that we're about to take off. I'm using my ultimate ability to get out of a situation quickly. And like I said earlier, guys, this is very effective for getting high kill games like you're going to see in this gameplay. We should have dropped a 20 bomb, honestly. I don't know how we didn't, but it happened. And also, you guys might have missed it, but we got a turbocharger, which is huge. I rarely ever find a turbocharger, so finding a turbocharger with the Havoc is massive. If you guys noticed, there was actually a team over here that we did not see. I did not have any clue that these guys were there because I was not paying attention to my minimap. Enemies will also pop up in pink, I believe. Well, that's pink. It looks pretty pink to me. And they will pop up in pink to know that they're there, but that's a static picture. That's not a moving picture, so it's not like a radar. Anyways, going over to another balloon, trying to find people as fast as I possibly can just to get some kills for the gameplay. But I'm also letting my teammates know exactly where I'm going. I'm not just leaving them. So I'm heading over here to third party this fight. I know my teammates are shortly coming after me, so I'm not too worried about it. We're going to come up on a third party here. These people were actually rezzing. End up shooting a Mirage decoy here. Luckily, we fry that Mirage. I'm going after this Wraith right here. That guy was right on the side of me, and I'm surprised my thrusters actually propelled me far enough to get away from him. Got 2 down right here. There's only 1 left. Taking it back quick. And my amazing teammates cleaned him up, which is perfect. But here is where a problem arises very, very quickly, guys, okay? You never want to get caught with your back turned. Okay, I was looting this box right here. Luckily, I was not the one that got fried, but my teammate actually gets fried. And I believe goes down here, which is very, very bad. Yeah, they got the bows out. Alyssa goes down. Now we got to hold off these guys as a 2v3. You always want to be looking for those third parties. So I decide instantly actually to go res after shooting some shots at them. Go for the res, and our Bloodhound is trying his or her hardest, okay, to hold them off, and he did a great job. Got us both up. So now it is still a 2v3 scenario, but I'm trying to make the most of it. I'm telling Alyssa in this situation to get back. I fly back with Valk, which is huge. She actually ends up getting knocked, unfortunately. Is a 3v1 or a 1v3. We get a clutch knock right there. End up flying out, which is perfect. Taking it back very, very quickly. This was a very, very intense scenario, okay? If this guy hits some shots on me, you take a look. We got the bat going. We have 1.5 seconds to get this battery off, and if he killed me in this 1.5 seconds, obviously I'm dead. But he missed a little too many bullets. We end up getting the battery off, which is huge. With 0.1 health, dude. Look at that health. Oh my god. End up getting the knock on that guy. And then right in this situation, before I keep playing it, I'm telling my teammate Alyssa, thank god we were in the same party, same Xbox party or chat or whatever you want to call it. But she was telling me exactly when this person was climbing up on me, what the movements were of the character. And that's exactly what a good teammate will do, is they will tell you exactly what moves the enemy player is making. And I made sure to be vocal about it and say, hey, tell me exactly what this person is doing, because I'm going to try to get a medkit off. So right now I'm just reloading my weapon, and I decide to switch over to the medkit and try to get it off. We're just watching the climb up right now, and there, after I got those shots off on Bloodhound right there, only for the 36 damage, I believe it was, it scared the person. It scared the person playing Bloodhound to back down from the crate that we're on, and gives me time to take this medkit. It's gonna make this person more nervous, and they're actually getting third-partied. We're actually getting third-partied right now. So this guy runs away. We get the 1v3 scenario, and then it is actually, luckily, a 1v1 right here. Get some good shots off and get the kill. So after all that, we go for Alyssa. Unfortunately, we let Happens die because I had to get Alyssa up. I actually like should have went for the banner first, and I felt really, really bad about it, but this person was a very good sport and stayed for the rest of the game, so it was awesome. I appreciate that. So once again, you guys can see I'm using my ultimate ability to get out of the situation. We have 11 kills right now, 1,800 damage. I'm kind of yoinking some kills, but it's not too bad. We're not going to complain about some kills being yoinked. Anyways, let my teammate know that we're out of the situation. And once again, we're on the hunt for people in the sky. So Valkyrie is a very good legend to take balloons with, and also the ultimate ability to just see who's around, see what kills you can get. You guys can see we instantly go to the other balloon, take the other balloon, because we're trying to find people. We're on the hunt right now. You can see that a res is happening over there, which is perfect for us. So boosting my way over there really quickly. This was kind of an aggressive push. Luckily, we got the better of the exchange on the Valk with the bow. Got the knock. Instantly focus our attention to Octane, who was very low, so I pushed. Get the sliding kill. I tell my teammate instantly there is a person inside. I use my tactical ability to hold them off. Just in case they walked out the door, they would get stunned. Right now, just taking a little battery, and then we're going to head into the building and try to finish this kill off. Open the door, quick peek with the Mastiff twice. Get the kill on Fat Giraffe. And we are looking primed and ready for a win. 14 kills, 2,300 damage, 3 squads left. Once again, we're about to take this balloon, and we're going to pick it up with us coming off the balloon towards the last 2 teams here. But so instantly right here, I'm telling Alyssa, my teammate, these guys are probably going to have bow and arrows, which they did because everybody's using bow and arrows now. It is the most overpowered weapon in the game. Best weapon in the game by far. Try to shoot my tactical ability. And you guys saw that I hit a little bit of the tactical ability, the missile right on top of this. That actually should have hurt me. I don't know why it didn't. Maybe it wasn't close enough to me. But we did get some damage on them. I did get shield numbers, shield colors, information for my teammate, which is clutch. And we got him stunned for a little bit. So now I'm just being very careful on what I'm peeking. Also, they have a Rampart, and you can see that is not a good angle to peek. So I'm letting my teammate know, do not peek that angle. Let me go around and get another angle so that maybe I can get a knock and maybe get that Rampart shield down. We get the shield off, which is pretty clutch. And then I decide to push up a little bit more aggressively. This Bangalore makes a really bad move on my left. Pushes up way in the open. Get the knock on her. Shoot the tactical to distract the Rampart up top and start heading up towards her. But this lifeline's on my left. It does not realize me. Get the knock. Get the knock on the bang again. And now it's a 1v2 in our favor. So we're looking good right now. So we got her trapped in this room. This is a tough situation to push in. I'm not going to lie. A Rampart with 2 walls up. I mean, we could both send each side. But you got to keep in mind, guys, there's also another squad involved. So you never want to just push in fully. One of us goes down. It could be easily third-partied and we could lose the game. So I'm just letting my teammate know that this might not be the best push. And right when I push out this door, actually, this guy starts shooting me with a bow. The other team, the third party. So I'm like, let's get out of here. Let me just finish these down people real quick. And let's get out of here and heal up. They actually start fighting each other, which is kind of perfect. Just grabbing some energy ammo. Flying back up real quick. Gonna go finish the lifeline here. Some really good shots off on the Wraith. My teammate cleans her up, which is amazing. And then we just got the Rampart inside. And this is actually pretty funny what ends up happening in here. Once we head in here, we basically swap places. It's like wife swap over here. We swap in. She goes on the wrong side of her fence or shield. And that is the end of the game, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little gameplay breakdown. Valk's a very fun character. If I had to rate her on a tier-based list, I would definitely say A or B. I don't think she's S. I don't think she's super, super overpowered. I don't think she's the best legend in the game right now, but I do think she's very good, and you definitely need to learn how to use her because she is a lot of fun. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and peace out.